Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another podcast episode. I'm your host, David, and thank you for tuning in to another Live, Laugh, and Love episode. Today's guest is a very special guest. We go way back. We've been in the same class from grade six to grade nine. Unfortunately, she left to go to the States. She's an amazing baker. Whatever you want, if you ask her, she'll create the best treats. She's an overall positive contributor to the community and just an overall great person to talk to. Hillary, so good to have you. Welcome to the show.
Hello. I'm happy to be here.
First of all, to those who might not know, could you please give us a brief introduction of who you are?
Hi, my name is Hillary. I recently moved to the US. I was part of the BIS community, but now I'm in Sunset High School.
Awesome. First question: what's life like in the States?
It's pretty interesting. I
Interesting.
recently got my permit, so I'm able to drive, which is a scary thing. Um, but I think it's overall fun. It's a bit gloomy nowadays, though.
I see. Yeah, we talked about this via text, and you said that you're a quote unquote bad driver. That's right. Were you a good? Yeah,
Yeah,
quote unquote bad driver.
about that. Like,
Yeah,
um, I'm trying to improve.
trying to
I'm just
improve.
there, yeah.
Just there. Can you parallel park?
Um, Parallel parking, I haven't done that yet.
No. Okay.
There isn't really a lot of parallel parking in my area,
Hmm.
so maybe in downtown.
I see. Well, that's great. I'm honestly, as a 16-year-old kid, I really want to drive a car. Wanted to know your opinions. Like, what were like your initial responses of having like driving a car, and like what did you learn from it? Like, for example, I know for a fact like safety is one of the most important things.
hmm
What did you learn about like safety when you're driving a car?
I think it's very scary at first because I was just practicing in the neighborhood, but now that I'm like driving on the road, there's like a few incidences where like you kind of stop and realize like what are you doing? Like a few a few days ago, I accidentally like bumped into like three curves.
Whoa.
It's like so bad. I don't know, like it's just one time. It was just really dark and it was raining, so I think it
Hmm.
was just the environment. But I feel like once you get used to it, like you won't really think much about it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, three curves must have hurt.
Yeah, I think I scared my mom a bit.
What's the best thing about owning a car? Not owning it, but like driving a car.
hmm I think listening to music. I think like
Mm.
I think I watched too many reels where like you're able to drive at night and having like that alone time and
Oh
then
yeah.
like just get away from everything and then you
Hmm.
just go everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, must be great. Okay, so we talked about cars. We gotta talk about school. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're doing the IB. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Awesome. Well, could you share with us what your IB subjects are right now?
Oh, I take HL Bio, HL Chem, and HL History, which is like HL History is kind of surprising though. I didn't think that I would take
Hmm.
it. And then I take SL Math, AA, SL Spanish, and SL English.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I've from what last time I remember, you were really like a you really liked bio and you wanted to do something in like medicine or like stuff like
hmm
that. Are you still interested in doing stuff like that?
Yeah, so I instead of like pharmaceutical, I was leaning more onto the dentistry side. Like I
Hmm.
recently participated in like HOSA, which is like I think like you have it in Vietnam. Like I think it's pretty new, but I think here they have it like a longer time, and I was able to do that just like 2 weeks ago, and it was like really fun.
Aside from school, I wanted to go back to something that you were really passionate about, from what I remember, and I think it was baking. Want
Yeah.
to know, like, are you still baking right now? What's it like right now?
I bake for fun. I'm not
Mhm,
like baking for like any business. I think the main way that I bake when I was in Vietnam is just through school and doing like all the GNS events, and global goals events. But now I like want to focus on school a bit more, so
Hmm.
I try to do less on the baking side.
I see. Do you have a favorite treat, like a baked treat?
I'm kind of like sick of cookies. Like, I think I eat too much of them when I was like in middle
Yeah.
school because I was like trying all these flavors and stuff. I think now, I think macarons. Yeah, I
Hmm.
think those are my
Those are
favorite.
those are nice.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've said this before, but I've tried baking. Nearly nearly burnt the house down. I don't think baking is
Oh,
like my mojo.
that's
Yeah. I
crazy.
wanted to know, was there any like near death experiences you've had baking during baking?
Surprisingly, no. I feel
Surprising.
like, yeah, I thought it would burn the house down, but like,
Hmm.
I think it's like a gift, right? Like
It's like,
I
yeah.
try I try like baking is more on like the ingredient side rather than like the in oven stuff. But like
Hmm.
I try to set timers, but like there's a few times where like I burnt a few stuff, but it wasn't like
Hmm.
to the extreme.
I see. Awesome, awesome. Hillary, so you go to school in the States, and you've also been to school in an international school in Ho Chi Minh City. Want to know, like, what are the differences between like the experiences you have? What's a positive, or like what's something that you miss or you wish you had in your current school? You had a BIS.
I think what I take for granted is like the amount of CCAs there are in
Mm-hmm.
BIS because like I could have more experiences in BIS rather than like my school here. There's like only a few. And like what I see like the differences is that like over in BIS, like you have terms, right? You have three different
Mm-hmm.
terms, and you can choose like your CCA and switch them up each term. Here it's yearly, so like you can't switch them up at all, and you just sign up and you just hope for the best that like they'll contact you. So you give
Oh
them your
wow.
email. There isn't like any like proper like program or like
Mm-hmm.
proper like area that like you could sign up for a CCA or like a student
So you,
portal.
so you guys don't have schools buddy or like that kind of like specific like club selection stuff going on? None of that, right?
No, so it's like there is this event. I'm like pretty new to it, but like all the CCAs gather up in one area and like in like forum class, like here they call it AT. Forum
Mm-hmm.
class, oh my gosh. It's like an hour and 30. It's like
Whoa.
insane. It's like um they say like I feel like in IB, like over in BIS, what I've heard is like you have free periods, right? We have none at all. They say like they're like, "Oh, it's AT time." So, but like you're not able to get like food or anything. It's just staying in your
What's
like
AT time, sir?
it's like form, but
Uh-huh.
it's basically another word for like advisory. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it's
Mm-hmm.
basically form, but it's like an hour and 30. And basically you go to the events, like your CCA events, and then you look at these CCAs and then you give them your email. So that's like
Wait,
their version of like their portal, I guess.
and then you also said that there's a chance that they might not get back to you if you give them your email.
Yeah, so like it took me a while to get a response. I wanted to like participate in the National Honor Program for like business, and then I just didn't get a reply back since like till semester two, which is term two. So
Mm-hmm.
um sometimes they like expand the time a bit and like they just you don't know if like the CCAs are starting or not.
I see. That's crazy. I mean, like hypothetically, right? If I was to like do like if I was in your school and let's say like I'm gonna sign up for a CCA, but let's say that I signed up for a random one, I have no clue what it is because I've been giving out my emails. So does that mean
Yeah.
that I'm tied to that CCA for a whole academic year?
It's more like if you go in, then you're in. Like you could go out anytime. They wouldn't care. There's
Oh,
no
okay.
like attendance to
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah.
I see. What's the best part about having school, like going to school in the States?
Um, I don't know. I'm trying to get
No,
used
no,
to
no
it.
benefits.
Um, I feel like I think I met some interesting people. Like they're in like
Mm-hmm.
they're doing speech and debate that I would never see in BIS, and they're just like really like they're people that just debate too much, but like in a
Debate.
good way. Like
I
I'm
see.
like they like debate on like small things, but it's like interesting, right? In like core,
Mhm.
like I think you call it core. I think like
We
it's
call it core,
TOK.
yeah.
Yeah.
TOK,
So
exactly, yeah.
yeah, TOK. So there would be like these intense discussions, and I'm like, oh, what's happening here? Like it was just this debater mentality. It's so funny.
Mhm. I see. How do you like it do you like core? Because I really love core. I wanna know your opinions on core.
I have bad experiences with core, but like
Okay.
I wish I was in BIS a bit because when they talk about CAS, it like confuses me because like in BIS, like from what I've heard, like there will be people that like teachers like Miss Lateran that would be like telling you to do CAS, right? Like constantly and just like like annoying you, right? Here they
Mhm.
don't talk about CAS like a lot. They like they say it's like mandatory, but then they trust you to do it. And also
Oh, okay.
like they want you to do it more on senior year rather than junior year, which I think is crazy.
Interesting. That's
So
very interesting.
I think nobody right now is doing cast projects. Like
Oh,
it's
wow.
like not it's not healthy. Like next year, I think I'm gonna suffer the most. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be
Hillary,
fine.
so we've been talking about extracurriculars, and I know that from like your social media pages, you're a figure skater, is that correct?
Oh yeah, yeah.
How do you get into figure skating?
So actually when I was little, like around 5, I actually started figure skating. And then I skated for a year and then I kind of hated it because I was like like it was surprising, but like I didn't know what to do in the future. I didn't know what figure skating could do. And
Mhm.
then I think in Vietnam I skated with like my friends and then I was like, "Wait, I kind of want to do figure skating again." So I think I skated for over a year now and it's actually really fun.
Mhm. You're figure skating,
Hmm.
and, I would assume that you're kinda, like, spinning midair. Is that how figure skating works?
Oh yeah,
Spinning
like
midair?
yeah, jumps are like that.
Yeah. What do those feel like? I mean, it must be scary. I mean, I've seen,
Oh.
like, YouTube videos of, like, Olympians jumping, like, 3 feet in the air and, like, spinning 3 or 4 times. It's crazy. I mean, what's it like flying?
To put it that way. Um, actually, I don't do any doubles. I only like can do singles right now. I'm like hoping to compete this year, but it's pretty fun. It's like but it's like kind of scary if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So like um after like getting used to like jumping and like you have that mentality that you can do that, then
Mhm.
it's actually like really fun. Like I enjoy going to like the rink like 4 times a week. So
Oh, wow. Dedicated.
yeah.
That's interesting. Do you have, like, a coach for like, your own coach, and you just practice like that? Is that how ice skating
Um,
practice figure skating practice works?
actually, I have one group lesson, and then I have
Uh-huh.
think two private coach sessions each
I
week.
see.
So,
Mhm.
the private coach actually helps with like looking at what you particularly need, and then the group actually
Mhm.
helps me get the public skate sessions because it's
I
like
see.
really expensive to get
Mhm.
like whatever like time you want to go to the rink. So I have to like figure skate is an expensive sport. Like I have to maneuver
Every
my way
sport's
around.
expensive.
Yeah. So I think because it's like 425 for like each month to just skate at
No.
the
Whoa,
like
whoa,
at
whoa,
the
whoa.
rink. So it's so expensive.
Whoa.
Like $425 just to skate at the rink. And then if you want to go into like the academy for figure skating, it's like 450 each month. Yeah.
That's like 800 bucks already per month.
Yeah,
Jesus.
basically. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't expect. I mean, yeah, it would make sense because you gotta get, like, your custom, like, fitted skates on. I'm
Hmm.
assuming because like, if you have, like, commercial skates, the odds of you getting injured is quite high, so you would have to, like,
Yeah, yeah.
tailor them to your, like, shoe size, et cetera. you would have to have like what winter wear. You would have to. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, what's the injuries like? Because I would assume you get a lot of bruises, a lot of like
Oh,
twisted
yeah.
ankles, or like just
Mhm.
like yeah. What's injury like in figure skating?
I recently injured myself like in June. I think
Okay.
it was somewhere around like my hip area, but like it was in Vietnam, thankfully. But like otherwise, the hospital bill would have been extremely expensive.
Yeah,
But like I do get like bruises like a lot. So, yeah.
must hurt.
Hmm.
I can visualize like a jump and like you land like on the wrong feet and then you slip and
Oh
then
yeah, yeah.
like you hit your side on like the ice.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
like the scariest thing.
that's like I see. I mean, do you guys have like head protection too? I would assume like you have a helmet on.
That's more on the beginner side. If you're like more
Mhm.
experienced, I think like because people wear helmets is like they're beginners and they don't know how to fall like correctly when on the ice.
Mhm.
So they leave their head vulnerable. So figure skaters actually they know how to actually fall on the ice to limit the risk of falling on their head. So
Mhm.
also because of aerodynamics, you can't really wear a helmet while like jumping.
Yeah,
It's
doesn't
just
make
a
sense.
thing. Yeah.
Mhm. I guess Hillary's not a beginner.
I I might be a beginner, but like
Might
I'm
be a
I'm
beginner.
there. I'm
I
there.
see. Yeah, I've always wanted to know, like, what do like high schoolers do after school finishes? Because I see a lot of like reels and TikToks of them like just like doing some fun stuff in school. I seen them drive to like a boba store and do like the boba trend or something. That's like a long time ago, I know. Like, what
In
do you guys
America?
do after school? Yeah, in America, what do you guys do after school?
Um, actually, like I'm kind of like a sport kid. So like typically I would just go to the ice rink after school. I
Okay,
don't think it's like the reels though. But like
not the
normally on
reels.
Friday, I like typically see people have like it's not like parties, but just hangouts. It's just up to
Mm-hmm.
the person though, but I'm not that kind of like person
You don't
that
like
like to
partying.
hang out. Yeah, I don't like partying.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, so what's a day in the life of Hillary like in a weekday? You've got school, which is gonna take like majority of the
Mm.
chunk. You've got ice skating after. What I mean, and then you'll have suffering from chemistry, just a little bit of suffering
So
chemistry,
yeah, mostly.
and
Um,
then sleep.
yeah, so I think because that's like Monday and Wednesday for me, I try to like relax a bit. Um,
Hmm.
but that's like really it. I think studying is a big part. Yeah, it takes too much
Yeah,
of my time.
it does. How's your sleep schedule, by the way? Because every IB student I've been talking to
Oh,
doesn't have a healthy sleep schedule,
it's
including
so
myself.
bad. It's so bad. I think like at one point I was like at one point it got so bad like you know those like Celsius drinks, like energy
Yeah.
drinks? I drank that like at 9 p.m. at one like one
What? You're
day.
great.
Um,
And this is 9 p.m.
yeah, it was unintentional. I think my
Unintentional.
actually it
What?
was intentional, but like
Okay.
I think I think at one point I was so stressed, like I think it just like I only drank like half the Celsius, but I think my heart was like telling me to
Like,
stop. On that day, I drank a Celsius, a matcha, and then a Tylenol.
wait, hold up. You got Celsius, matcha, and Tylenol. That's like a pain-killing, caffeine-full amalgamation drink at 9 p.m.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wow, Hillary.
basically.
I,
And
I
then
bet you
like
felt really great after that.
so 3 hours later, I took a melatonin. So like
You
I
took a
actually
bath. Oh my god.
a day in a life as an IB student is horrendous. This was just
Yeah.
like less than a week ago. So I think it was like 4 days
Whoa.
ago, so
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
yeah.
Wait, so Hillary, do you drink energy drinks?
No, actually that was
No
my
energy
first
drinks?
time. That's my
Oh, it's your
first time
first.
actually drinking one.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people
I
would think
see.
that I'm addicted to energy drinks, but I only drank like two energy drinks in my whole life. So
That's a big flex. I'll do energy drinks. And those were the two times you had Celsius during that
Um,
9 p.m.
yeah, 9 p.m. and like I think it was like I think it was 2 days ago, like in
I see.
biology. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, from what you're saying, your life sounds like a jam-packed life, honestly, for an IT student.
I wish.
Anyways, what's I know for a fact you guys do like holidays differently. And
hmm
how are like what are the holidays split into? Because I would assume you have the winter break, the summer break, then you got I'm not sure if you guys have an Easter break and a fall break. Like what
hmm
are breaks like and like what do you usually do during your holidays?
So there was like a few days where we were like snowed in. It was just like a
Mm-hmm.
few inches, but like it turned into like a week holiday.
Whoa.
It wasn't fully snowed in. It was like Thursday and
Mm-hmm.
Friday snow in, and then I had like the weekend, and then there was like 2 days which was like President's Day. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like there were more of like the national holidays where they're just like 2 days, and that would be like your break, rather
Mm-hmm.
than having like 4 weeks holiday, like including that in like BIS.
I see. Yeah. In retrospect, do you think you have more holidays in BIS or more holidays in your current high school?
Oh, and BIS for sure. Like I
For
feel like,
sure.
yeah, I'm kind of dying here because I want like a holiday like right now.
I see. Yeah, that's interesting because if you look at our school schedule, we do have a lot of breaks. That's really
hmm
interesting because you would expect a public school, not a public school, but like a local high school would have more breaks.
hmm
But then you realize that the private school has more breaks, so it's kind of
Yeah, yeah.
counterintuitive.
hmm
Illy, I've always wanted to know. You are for whatever reason always smiling, and I think that's a
hmm
really great thing. I want to know, like, what do you do when things are down? Because I know for a fact that I may be positive, but sometimes there's days where it's not my day. I want to know,
hmm
like, how do you make a bad day into a good day in your opinion?
Mm, I think nowadays I have like a few mental health struggles.
Mm-hmm.
I think like I'm trying to find myself a bit more. I like surprisingly I'm doing less co-curricular activities than you like probably
Mm-hmm.
think I am. And like I met like a few people that like kind of helps me. Um, but typically if it's like a really rough day, I just rot probably. I
Well,
think just
right.
like the idea of rotting in my bed kind of helps because I think just laying down, I think crying is like a normal thing. I
Mm,
still like talk to one of my best friends in BIS, which is like Amber, and I think like when times are down, I feel like I talk to her a lot. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know why, but I that hits me because there's so many days like I just wanted to like rot in bed, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Uh rotting in your bed. And yeah, absolutely. I think well-being is really important, especially as IB students, because there's a lot of things going on and you're a
Yeah.
teenager, so there's a lot of like
Mm-hmm.
emotional spikes, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
including myself. I mean, you mentioned something that's really interesting and you said that crying was normalized. Could you elaborate on that? Like
Oh
what do you
yeah.
mean as crying as in normalized?
I think last year I try to busy myself out. Like I wasn't really trying to like focus on my mental health. I was like more of like blocking it rather than
Mm-hmm.
like supporting it. And like I feel like I last year I was like I shouldn't cry, like I'll be like considered weak. So and then I
Whoa,
think
whoa, whoa.
so I think like now I feel like when times are like really tough, like I've been like there's like a very like supportive person in my life right now. And so I think I just like talking to him is probably like the best thing that I say is like um for me, like the best for
Mm-hmm.
me. And like I feel like there are some days where I just cry and then like I'll be like trying to but like completely act normal. Like I know so
Yeah.
many things to make me look like I didn't cry.
Oh
So
wow.
it's like not, it's like kind of depressing, but like I feel like one big thing I want to tell everybody is just like if you want to cry, just like cry. It's like don't like force yourself to like not cry and tell anybody because if you try to like block those emotions, they're just gonna come to you anyways. I think like for me, I like did a diary and like I put it all in there. I just don't look at it anymore. So
Wow. I'm sorry I had to go through that. I mean, that's deep stuff right there. I mean,
yeah,
well, I'm glad you're doing much better. Let's move all the negative stuff aside.
yeah.
Let's talk about some positive stuff, Hillary. I mean, okay, so you are a junior, is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, that's correct.
Awesome. Okay, as a junior, where is Hillary going to be in 5 years' time?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, Actually, wait, 5 years is like at the end of uni, right?
At the end of uni and like about to start like life.
Hmm. I don't really know. I haven't given much thought to that. I think it's just pursuing dentistry is kind of my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, I did like global goals kind of stuff. I feel like one of my main goals, like in the future, probably not in 5 years' time, but like, is to be one of the like workers for UNCRC
Mm-hmm.
because they have such like a great program in like the global network. And like if I want to utilize my like dentistry skills, like and like be able to like travel the world and be able to help people, I think that's like my main goal. It's like
Mm-hmm.
self-fulfilling. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be really meaningful. I mean, yeah, I'm sure working the UNCRCs, is that the children stuff or is that, hold on,
It's mainly like the
Convention of
kind of
Child
that's
Rights?
UNICEF.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
I
But it's
see.
more like on the human, just like helping human side, like humanity
I
around the
see.
world.
Oh, that's amazing. Selfless service is really important, something that we need. And I'm, yeah,
Mm.
so glad that you have that in the back of your mind. Well, Hillary, I think that's a great way to end our podcast. But before we end, I usually give some time to my guests to ask me questions that they've always wanted to ask, but for whatever reason they haven't had the ability to do so. So if you have any questions, fire away.
Oh, I have one question, one main question. How do you balance with all the schoolwork and all the sports? Because I know you do like swimming. I know that you are, I think you're still student council, and I'm probably guessing
No,
you're
I'm
doing
not long term
prefect.
counsel. Yeah,
Oh, wait, are you prefect still? Wait, are you
yeah,
prefect right now? Okay,
I am.
awesome.
I am.
But like how do you balance with like everything that you have going on?
Absolutely. I mean, get rid of all the distractions you had, declutter everything, and also realizing that at the end of the day, if you really enjoy it, no matter how much pain it is, you'll still come back to it. So I think that's kind of like counterintuitive. Like there's
Mm,
moments in time where I just don't want to swim. I mean, the set's bad, it's crazy, it's long. I mean, the splits are too short. I don't have enough time to rest, and
mm,
or like I'm not feeling good today. I mean, stuff like that always happens, and it's part of the journey. So I always tell people that if you're having problems with balancing, uh, number one, ask yourself if you really enjoy it, and if you really enjoy it, and what I mean by enjoyment is if even if it was painful, if it was something you loved, would you still do it? Number two, I would also tell them that get rid of all the distractions, because in IB there's a lot of stress, and trying to figure out ways to de-stress is one of the important things, which leads me to number three, which is after you declutter all this time, figure out a way to de-stress yourself. For me, it's podcasting because I really enjoy talking, and I think one of the ways that I de-stress is talking. So those are the three tips I would give to students who are having trouble balancing. So hope that helps.
yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. That's that's it. That's like probably the most important question ever as an IB student.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Hilly, for coming onto the podcast. I mean,
Thank
I'm sure
you.
the time we had some stuff with the time zone differences, and it was a bit confusing with dates, but I'm glad we are
Yeah.
able to record. Uh, Before you leave, do you want to say anything to the audience right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. Um, good luck in IB. Don't don't like get carried away with studying. At least have some good social life. Hang out with your friends. Don't be looking at the books too much and not tire yourself out. Also, focus on your mental health because that's important. and that might sound cliche, but focus on them. Yeah.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, YouTube or Spotify, please give us a review. I mean, small things really make us, will make me, feel much better. I mean, this show is running without you guys, and without you guys, this would never run. So I'll say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for supporting this podcast. I'm your host, David, and this was our guest.
Hillary.
Thank you so, and I hope you guys had a great time. I'm Hillary. Before we do, did you have a great time?
Yeah, I did. It was awesome.
Awesome.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much, guys. See you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye bye.